Hey guys, thanks for joining me again. Just as promised, we'll be further discussing conditional formatting in Google Sheets. Continuing with the same table from earlier, you can see that in the columns that I erased the contents from, the cells are automatically highlighted. Let me bring back all the data, and we can check out how to do this and more. Here's a quick example. If I click on cell F3, Format, and Conditional Formatting, you can see the rule that I already have in place. This rule states that if the cell is empty, it will highlight the cell in the color that I choose. Let me erase this rule now, and I'll show you a few simple ways to use conditional formatting. I'm going to click on K5 and add another rule. Currently, the cells are to be formatted only if they're empty. Let's change that to less than and add a value of 0. And now we choose the color formatting. I'm going to choose for the cell to be colored a light red and click Done. Let's add another rule. I'm going to click on the same cell and add New Rule. This time I want to format the cell when it's greater than 0. So I'll choose greater than and enter the number 0. I'll choose the cell to be highlighted light green and Done. So as you can see, you can format a cell with more than one rule, and you've probably noticed that because we're at a loss or less than 0, the cell was highlighted red. Now let's turn that loss into a profit. I'll change the quantity of Google shares I own from 120 to 800. I wish. Now you can see that I'm at a profit and the cell automatically changed to green. I'll change the number of shares back, and now let's see how we can change the color format for the table. Currently the table is set with the alternating colors green and white. I think it's less fitting because green is usually representing of positive figures. We can change it by first selecting our table and going to Format, Alternating Colors, and choosing a new style. Let's choose blue and white. Now let's change the range where this new color scheme is in effect. Let's apply it to all our columns, not just the table specifically. And this is how it looks like. Again, let's reselect all of the columns and add another rule. Let's format the cells that are empty to be filled white and click Done. As you can see, only the cells that are filled have the blue and white color scheme. But if you were to add another row, the color scheme would automatically take effect. Let's look at some more options in conditional formatting. We'll select Column for Total Purchase Value, Format, Conditional Formatting, Add New Rule, and Color Scale to the right. We want to color code the Purchase Value column to show the highest values in yellow and have the color gradually fade to white as the values decrease in relevance to all values in the entire selected column. When choosing the color scheme, we need to choose the correct min and max point. By default, Sheets chooses min and max value, but with this scenario, you won't be able to adjust to a specific value if, let's say, you only wanted to highlight from a certain value or up to a certain value. This is why I'm changing the min point to percentage and the max point to percentage as well. So if I wanted, in the future, to highlight only values above or below a specific value, I could do that. For now, we'll leave the min value at 0 and the max value at 100 and click Done. Let me show you what happens if I add an extremely high value in column D. Notice that the cell containing this high value was filled in yellow, and the other cells were adjusted accordingly. Let's remove that now. Let's do the same for the total cell value column, and add a new rule, color scheme, choose white to yellow, and change the min-max point to percentages. This is how it should look like. Let's change the cell value for Google shares and see how it will affect the new color scheme. So you see, the total cell value was highlighted automatically in a darker yellow. Let's move on. Now we want to see which stocks bring in a profit or a loss. And the best way to see that would be with conditional formatting. Let's select column G in the table and add another rule. Go into Color Scale, and this time select the red, white, green color scheme. Choose Number for all the points. For the mid value, set it to 0. For the min value, set it to negative 10,000. And for the max value, set it to 10,000 and click Done. As you can see, the lowest stock is Amazon and the highest stock is Google. And this information is very easy to see with this new color scheme. Let's do the same for profit loss percentage. We'll add another rule. Go to Color Scale, choose red, white, green, and set all points to numbers. We'll set the midpoint number to negative 0.08, which represents negative 8%. The midpoint should be 0, and the max point should be at 0.08, and click Done. And your table should look something like this. You can get creative with the colors and use what you've learned to create and format tables that will help you with many tasks. If you need any help or have any questions, make sure to comment below. Thanks again, and please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. See you next time!